I'll just be honest in this video. I don't think I could actually commit to making content in this format on this channel at all. I thought that I'd be able to because, I've been doing YouTube on and off on like 3 separate channels for the past 12 years. And it's been roughly in this format, right? In the same ballpark. I kind of figured that I'd just start a new channel, which was this one, and just I would, feel free to upload pretty much anything, but the stark realization hit me that growing nowadays in the gaming space on YouTube is quite literally impossible unless you're doing something crazy, unless you are like super great at the game maybe, or you just know people, or whatever the hell the case might be. Or if you just have like a certain editing style, which somehow circumvents the short attention span that is literally plaguing the entire platform. Then you're probably not going to make it. I'm probably never going to make it. My biggest channel, which I just left for this one, had only 1,300 and something subscribers. And mind you, I had that channel since 2016. Okay, I've been uploading just gaming videos, never used a webcam before, just using whatever kind of mic I had, talking about stuff, sometimes covering news in a video game, sometimes talking about something that I might want changed in a game, sometimes speaking the uncomfortable truths, like on this channel with the TTV video. But I kind of just realized that all of this is literally for nothing. As my friend put it, I'm just speaking to air, and I think it'll stay this way because the algorithm doesn't really favor videos like this anymore. It's not possible to grow anymore, I don't think. And that's not just me being a Debbie Downer. That's not just me being a quitter. That's me being genuinely realistic. If I want to grow, I think I have to switch up content to this like TikTok format. Okay? And I know people love to complain about that, right? People love to say that, oh, it's horrible, our attention spans are going down the shitter. Like, people choose this. I'm not necessarily blaming everyone for this kind of stuff. I'm not even necessarily just upset about this channel alone or the channels that I've had. I'm actually upset on behalf of like other content creators as well. There are content creators in this platform that I've been keeping tabs with for literally like 2 to 4 years. And they upload their own formats, gaming stuff. This is kind of my point. And they just never experience growth. There's one guy that still gets like 2 to 5 views per video, and he uploads fucking twice a day. Like, quality content too. You cannot make this shit up, man. And then there's another guy as well, who is like some Australian guy. He uploads XDefiant videos. He hasn't grown at all either. So, I look at the situation at hand, and I go, should I waste my time doing this? When the demand for content is clearly shifted towards the TikTok fucking hyper editing format, should I really keep doing this? Regardless of what people say? The conclusion I came to is no. Maybe I might upload once in a while, right? My initial plan that I had like about a week ago was just record a bunch of videos, release it once a week, just to circumvent the lack of consistency, which seems to keep routinely killing all my channels. And I just kind of came to the realization that, like, even if I do this, there's no point. Okay, I'm looking at my statistics, right? I'm not sitting here complaining for the sake of, like, trying to guilt shame people into clicking on my videos or some shit. This is not at all what it is. This is me being realistic and being authentic and being honest. I clicked on my stats, right? My most recent video, which was an open letter video to the XDefiant developers, for a long time, I mean, I'm talking like 3 to 4 days, it had 0 impressions, 0 views. Literally nobody saw it on their homepage, which is crazy, because the same thing happened with my TTV video, but after the 2nd or 3rd day, it just randomly blew up and got like 200 something views. So I kind of expected the same thing to happen with this video, and it just didn't. And it finally got impressions, which it got 10 impressions and 1 view. And the 1 view that I did have lasted for like 18 seconds before he clicked off. So I'm looking at this, man, and I'm like, okay, if all my videos do this, the algorithm will obviously never pick me up. The algorithm will just I'll basically just end up being invisible. And that's the point of this video today. feeling invisible on the internet. I believe that more and more people now on the internet feel this exact feeling, which is ironic because, you would think more people are on the internet than ever before. You have more content creators than ever before. Maybe too much. Maybe it's like throwing off the balance or something. But people nowadays, they want to branch out. They want to connect with others. They want to grow their accounts. And I'm just not seeing it happen for anybody. Yes, it happens once in a while, like once in a blue moon. But realistically speaking, in this gaming space at the very least, that shit just doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. And I have to come to terms with that. So I think I'm gonna just full on try to experiment with YouTube Shorts, maybe Instagram Reels. Follow me on Instagram, by the way. And I'm gonna see what happens. Because, why not? You know what I mean? If I ever feel like making a video, instead of making one in this format, I'm just going to make one in the Shorts format or the TikTok format or the Instagram Reels format, because that is what works. That is what is meta. That's what people demand. People do not either have the time to watch content in this format anymore like they did like 10 years ago without a problem, or they simply just don't have interest in it. I don't know what the case is. I suspect that it's probably 80% the short form TikTok content itself, which has probably fried people's attention spans, especially with the way that they're edited. But I can't be confident in knowing the reasons behind why this shift has occurred. But something has occurred to me recently that I thought I'd share. And I think this could apply to pretty much most people on the internet now. Especially if you have like a gaming account on Twitter or something you're trying to grow, or you're just trying to exist, right? Or on YouTube or somewhere else. If growth just doesn't happen, if in theory people just do not sort of respect your presence, then you just have to shift focus, away from this, away from the online space, and just focus on connections that really do matter. Family, friends, your pets, your coworkers, your friends at school if you go to school, right? Just focus on that. Live a real life, because this is dying. This is a dying space, okay? You have a couple of content creators which exist in a vacuum that is sealed from whatever cesspool that we have formed as plebs, okay? This doesn't work anymore. So I would suggest to anybody, including even myself, this is advice that I even got, just focus on the connections that do matter. If you're feeling invisible, if you're feeling like just nobody cares, no one really knows you. And by the way, speaking on that part about nobody caring, that is a real thing on social media, by the way. So people have tons of superficial connections on social media, right? They feel like they have like 80, 100, 200 friends, or maybe even more if they have like a bigger account. Let's just say on Instagram or something, right? Now, most people don't ever take into consideration the quality of the connection with those people, right? They might post a picture, they'll get like 50 likes, and like, oh my god, everybody loves me, everyone thinks highly of me. But in reality, very few, if any at all, of those people actually care. And most people don't ever come to that conclusion, but I've came to that conclusion a long time ago. Some people have as well that I know. And that kind of ties in pretty nicely to what I talked about a couple of minutes ago, just value connections that mean more. If you're feeling invisible, if you're on social media and there's something that just isn't right, maybe I don't know, maybe your account dies or something, maybe you go from getting like 50 likes on Instagram to like 5 to now like 2 or something, maybe it's time to quit. Okay, because I think life without social media is probably way better than life with social media. And if we're just being honest with ourselves here, the only thing that really ties us to social media is the validation that we get, and the validation that we can get. The thing is, people that become disillusioned to the stuff are the kinds of people that I guess, fall into the same category as me, where your accounts just die. Maybe the lack of post consistency makes the algorithm completely shaft you, and like you're just like, hey, what the fuck, man? I went from getting 10 likes to now 5 to now 1, and you become quickly disillusioned after a period of like maybe 2 weeks to a month of like, oh my god, how do I get likes again? What happened? After that period is over, and you just kind of accept the situation, most people in that exact situation quit. I've seen it. They just disappear. They either delete their accounts, or the most likely case, they just log out, delete the app, never go to it ever again. And man, I'm there. I'm there not even just for that reason, but I'm there just for my own mental health reasons, because mental health is a big factor as well that people just don't seem to acknowledge the importance of. It's mental health, it's emotional health, it's also being mentally overwhelmed a lot by social media, which happens, by the way. You might not even notice it happening, but it happens, right? If you go on Twitter, you get overwhelmed with everyone's opinions. It fries your fucking brain. Shit ain't good, man. There's so many reasons to just delete everything and to just never use social media ever again, which I think social media is dying for that exact reason. When social media platforms shifted their algorithm from the early days where like you just followed somebody and you saw their post, that was the end of the story. People would repost something or retweet something and like you would see it, and that's how you would find other accounts, unless you search those other accounts up with a hashtag or something, or the handle or whatever the hell. Nowadays it's all algorithm based, so when you go on Instagram or Twitter or just whatever platform, really, I'm sure even Facebook, instead of seeing posts from your friends like you did from 2006 to 2013 or 14, now you just see whatever the algorithm thinks will keep you glued to the platform for the longest amount of minutes or hours or days, or I don't know, whatever fucking metric they're hoping to achieve. And that has made it to where like a lot of people with even pretty sizable followings just one day fall off a cliff. That to me that is not the social media that I want. I don't want to use a social media platform that does that shit. I mean, Instagram makes it a pain in the ass to keep track with people, to keep track to people that you actually follow. Threads makes it a pain in the ass. Twitter, I guess, it's the tamest, but again, no one uses a following tab on there because the default is a For You tab. So it's all gone to shit. So if you're feeling invisible, definitely consider deleting everything. I mean, I don't know if you want to deactivate your accounts, but I at least recommend like deleting the apps. Just delete the apps. Focus on real life connections. Focus on the friends that you play PlayStation or Xbox with or PC with, or that you hang out in real life with, or maybe friends that you smoke pot with. I don't know. Whatever the hell occasion might be. Focus on your family. Focus on your pets. Stop neglecting your goldfish. Stop neglecting your dog or something. That's it for this video, though. I think it might be a while before I make another one, because honestly, I'm just not feeling YouTube anymore in this format. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, if there is a next one. Peace.